What's up guys, welcome again to another Loc-letics. Now this tutorial is for those who are on my morning grinder learning how to do the two-hand swing. Okay, however, if you're not on the grinder, you want to learn how to do the two-hand swing correctly, I emphasize the word correctly, watch this, take notes and follow the process. Do the two-hand swing. First and foremost, we want to get into a position, and remember this exercise is called a swing, not a squat, where most of you guys fall into a squat. So you want your legs to be wider than shoulder width. Okay, so we're going to do this without the bell, wider than shoulder width. Then once you're in that position, you want to make sure you take your shoulders back. I like to say, imagine you've got two back pockets and your shoulders are going in them. Proud chest, shoulders in pocket. And you got both your hands just in the middle of your midsection. Okay. Then what you're going to do once you're in this position, when you hinge from the hips, just push the butt back. Your legs automatically bend into a 45-degree angle. Okay. So you're not squatting. If I was squatting, my legs would be, the back of my thighs would be parallel with the floor. So I'm not squatting here. Okay. So once again, stand up tall, shoulders in pocket, get both your hands in the center of your body, hinge from the hips. Notice now my chest is up. This is the set position. My chest is never to the floor. So my chest is up. So this is the alignment I want when I'm setting up to do the two-hand swing. Okay. Now, the two-hand swings requires you to be very forceful and vigorous when you're thrusting from the hips. Okay. The reason why most individuals, when they have the kettlebell in their hands, use their arms, one, the kettlebell's light, two, they're not using any form of action driving from the hips. It's very soft, very partial, and all the work is coming from the arms. This is why I always say to you guys, get a kettlebell, an 8 to 10, that's going to challenge you, because you really need to be driving from the hips to get that bell up. So once you're in that set position, nice neutral spine, nice flat back, nothing's round. Even when you're holding the kettlebell in advance, you're not rounding by the shoulders, put them in the pocket, hinge from the hips. So the first move you want to get used to is just coming up, hinging back, coming up, hinging that. We're breaking the sequence down here. It's not a squat. Watch again. This is how I look, headshot. Okay. Just if you remember guys, we broke down the transition when we was learning how to do the deadlift. This is no different. Okay, yeah, hinge from the hips and come up, squeeze the pound coin, meaning squeeze your glutes. When I say squeeze the pound coin, okay, hinging, you go back, you fall. So we're going to do 10 of those. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna finish off nicely. Notice through the whole entire motion, I was just pushing my bum back to the fence, and my legs locked into a 90 degree. I come up through my hips, my legs extend. That's the first transition of doing a two-hand swing. Now the arms gets involved, because you are now going to be swinging the kettlebell up. At the same time, you drive from the hips, your arms should come just leveled with your chest. Nothing higher, nothing lower. So it's just be this angle, so shoulders in line with your forearm. So how we do that, synchronize the motion together. So we get into the set position, wide stance, feet shaped like in a V position. Okay, hands together, shoulders in pocket, hinge from the hips. Okay, once we're there now, we're going to vigorously drive and the arms comes out in front of us. Everything goes together. What I mean by everything goes together, we don't thrust up, then arms up. No, we thrust, arm comes up, goes right between the legs, and the chest is still up, the back is still flat. I'm just hinging, squeezing the pound coin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Notice my chest is never to the floor. This is what happens when you get the kettlebell in your hands. What will happen, you will think automatically using my arms, and when the kettlebell momentum comes back between your legs, you will let the momentum take you back down and your chest hits the floor. You have to kill the momentum. In other words, stop the momentum, okay? Don't let it come back down to you in a relaxed way. So I'll show you how it should be done. So, same thing. Get into my set position, get hold of the bell, drive it up, okay? It's in between my legs. So make sure it goes right in between your thighs. Why? Because you need that momentum. If you're standing tall, hinge from the hips. Now the kettlebell can't be seen in between my legs. Why? Because if it was out here, where's the momentum gonna come from? There's no momentum. But if it's in between my legs and you can't see it, all I need to do now is really vigorously drive from the hips, and it should automatically come up to my chest height. You notice what I did there? This is 20 kilograms. As I vigorously drive through my hips, secondary muscle, which was like 30%, 70% of the hips, 30% of my arms came up. As it was going back down, I wasn't controlling it. I was letting the momentum take me back down, but I was still keeping my chest up. Okay? So I wasn't just, that's not how we do it. Okay? Front view. Each time you swing the bell up, the bottom of the bell should be showing. Okay? So, no hips, no movement.